Alright, what's going on, guys? My name is gdoggcasey, and welcome to the Born Gosu Underground 2v2 division here to kick things off for the Born Gosu Underground. We're going to be starting with a 2v2 tournament here. It looks like we have 11 teams signed up for this tournament, and this tournament is all to figure out who are going to be the starting 2v2 champions. Who are going to be the champions right off the bat to kick off the league and see how long they can stay on top, essentially. I'm not exactly sure all the details on how the league is going to be set up after we figure out the champions, but that's going to be, for us to figure out later. For now, let's go ahead and jump in to the first game. All right, so this is a 2v2 match, and in the upper left corner, representing team, I'm going to say this so incorrectly, it's Wypierdalaj. It's probably totally pronounced different, but this is how I'm going to be saying it, and please correct me when I know that I'm incorrect on pronouncing this. But anyway, we got the Terran player, Heiswasser, and the Protoss player, Rafcio, representing team Wypierdalaj. And in the bottom right corner of Trader's Exile, representing Team Darth Martian, we got Marte playing Zerg and Darth Julius playing Protoss. So we got a Protoss and Zerg versus a Terran and Protoss. And we'll have to see how this type of thing is going to play out. I am totally new to casting 2v2. I have never casted a 2v2 game in my life, but I am very interested to see how this is going to play out, because there's so many different strategies that you can come up with when you are, mixing it up like this, playing 2v2, having different race combinations. There's all these different compositions you can go for. Now, one thing that I know is kind of popular in 2v2 is cheese strats. Like, it seems like everybody wants to do like a super fast, like Ling Hellion Rush, or, Zealot Ling Rush, or something like that. But so far, what are we seeing here? Very fast second base coming out of Rafcio. He's only got a gateway right now. Going to be scouted, by the way, by the Overlord from Marte. Marte has taken a fast base as well. Not anything too crazy going on here. It actually looks pretty standard from these players so far. Darth Julius is getting 2 gases, but that's not crazy for a Protoss. We have a Reaper on the way from Heiswasser. And what is this? A second barracks. Okay, yeah. I'm also just figuring out this WCS overlay for 2v2. It's the first time I've ever seen it. So things are in a little bit different positions here, but looks like both teams are gearing up to play at least into the mid game. This is interesting. If you look, like, all of these naturals that we see are pretty exposed to early attacks. This one is nice and tucked away, I guess, and there's an easy choke to defend here for these back bases. So I guess they're not as exposed. But these other ones that are out in the open, I mean, if somebody was just going for a bunch of speedlings, then, it's hard to defend against that kind of thing. We do see some of Marte's lings getting ready to move out here. These look like just like a scouting force, going to go out and try to get a few things done. Rafcio probing up his second base, going for a Stargate. Meanwhile, Terran player looking like a 2-1-1 sort of opener here, missing the starport on that. There goes the starport. So 2-1-1 and a Stargate opener for Team Wypierdalaj. And down here for Darth Martian, again, Twilight Council and a Dark Shrine. So we got a Dark Shrine opening coming from our Protoss player down here in the bottom left, and the Zerg player is getting speed. Speed is about to be finished. It looks like he's picking away at this base here. Gonna end up getting cleaned up. The Adept is trying to get away. He actually does manage to get away without going down. Marines coming over to try to help support that. Got a robo over here for Darth Julius. He might be going for Archon drop. It's possible. I'm not exactly sure on the timings on whether or not... Yeah, I mean, he's getting the Warp Prism, so seems like that could be it. Engineering Bay going down on this side. And if you think, playing or casting a 1v1 StarCraft match is difficult, imagine 2v2, because now we got 4 different players that I got to try my best to keep an eye on. There's going to be things happening all across the map. The Speedlings from Marte coming into the base. Is there anything here? There's a few adepts that are going to be able to start picking this up. There's a Oracle as well, which is very good at cleaning up these lings. They are still getting some damage done. Not a crazy amount of workers killed. My hotkeys don't even work to figure out how many workers went down there, so I apologize for that, but not getting any damage, that's for sure. Well defended. Third base going down. Already finished for Marte. Looking like he wants to just macro it up and use his lings early on to get things done. He's getting an Evo Chamber and a Hydrodan. He's already got a lair done as well, so doing my best to keep an eye on the mini-map, make sure we're not missing things. Ling Hydra coming out of Marte. On this side, where are the Dark Templar? Here they are, getting dropped off in the base. One already inside of Heistwasser's mineral line, chopping up on some of these SCVs. Nice reaction from Heistwasser for now, but still a few of these SCVs are going to be going down. Nice scan here. Mineral line's going to be cleaned up. He will be able to get that turret up. There's a DT over here that's just sort of whacking away at a barracks. Outside of the scan range, though, going to be taking out a lot more SCVs. SCV's going to be pulling back over towards the turret here. But so far, this is the most damage done. And both times damage occurred, it happened to Team Wypierdalaj. I'm going to keep saying it that way, and I really apologize if I'm making you guys cringe, but I hope they didn't expect me to be able to say that properly the first time. So nice aggression coming out from Team Darth Martian so far, and they've sort of got first blood here. There's a move out over here. Rafsio moving out with a bunch of adepts. Do they have glaives? I'm not sure. It looks like they do. They're going to be taking out a queen here. Is there any way that they can be cleaned up here? Going to be shading up. That's actually not where they want to go. A bunch of banelings already here. Please don't finish that shade. He does finish into the main base of Marte. The lings were in pretty good position. You know, the adepts are still getting some damage done, but the banelings are going to start to make some connections here. It's not that great. Oh, that was a huge whiff right there. That was so close. Where did the adepts end up going anyway? They're in the third base location. Or no, this is the second base location, sorry. More workers going down as the lings are trying to clean these up. Eventually, these adepts are going to go down for good. And do we see anything else happening on any other side of the map here? Guys, I apologize if I missed stuff. It doesn't even look like the minimap is giving me much of an indication for these battles either, which is hard enough as it is. Dark Julius is like, hey, buddy, here's a couple zealots. Hopefully that's good enough. And moving into the Archons here on this side. So again, not any game-ending damage. A little bit of damage here and there from both of these teams. But so far, it looks like it's gearing up into a nice macro game. We can see the worker counts down here. It looks like Rafsio leading the entire game here in workers. Looking like he wants to just go right up to the end game. More zealots running on in here. Were they dropped? I can't tell, but there's another drop here from Heistwasser as well with some Marines. Trying to get behind the mineral line here, seeing if they can get any sort of damage done. The Queen is targeting down Marines. There's a medevac here that's very low. It does end up going down. Luckily, Heistwasser did not pick up that those Marines with the weak medevac there. But another attack going down and taken care of. A couple pylons seem to be taken out here, and some of those buildings are unpowered. But overall, looks like Darth Martian is going to be able to defend without dying so far. Now the Ling Hydra Bane moving out across the map. There's not a ton of defense here, is there? We'll see what kind of damage they can do. They're coming over here to attack the Protoss player. He's got some stuff on this side. He might be able to eventually push this off, but a lot of Lings are going to get damage done in the mineral line. Those Banelings got taken out before they can do anything super useful, and yeah, he does get pushed back. There's a scan happening over here for some reason. There's some sort of something happening. Something died. Maybe it was a Banshee. We got a Phoenix for Rafsio just patrolling around his own base. Bunch more Banes being made here. Maybe the two will move out as a team here and try to put together a real solid attack as they have Archons, High Templar. Is there Storm? Storm is started, but only just... But that's for the other team. I don't know if this team has Storm yet. Upgrades. Yes, they do. They do have Storm completed. So this could be a very strong attack here, especially if it hits before Storm is done on the other side. Players are seeming to be leaving each other alone for now. Again, you never really know. Could be an attack going on any sort of corner of the base, and I just am not seeing it. However, Rafsio here is looking very good. He's got a large number of probes, and the longer he can stay alive, the better for him. He's getting a nice composition of Charge Lot, Archon. Out here, he's getting Storm, he's getting +1, he's got all this stuff, so he's going to have a nice, strong army. Looking to be kind of the leader of this game, at least so far. Marte, on the other side, has been pretty good as well, doing nice damage. Looks like there's a drop over here that just got picked up that I just barely missed. Nice defense here from Marte. Both of these players just sizing each other up. Rafsio is going to be sending over his observer. Gonna get a good look at the army, actually, and he's gonna see the Warp Prism. Might even see it pick up some Archons and move out. If it does, that's pretty good. And on this side, Icewasser starting to get up a good army. He's got some tanks out there defending the choke, which I like. And again, Rafsio, keep an eye out on that guy. He's gonna be the one who essentially makes things happen for his team, I think. Another base going down for Marte. Double drop being picked up over here. See if that is able to get any damage done. There's lots of places you can attack on this map. Not that I would really know. This is the first time I've ever seen it, but I can imagine there's lots of places to find some damage. He's going to be coming in here. It looks like the Protoss player senses this is happening. He's not... I mean, he's almost fully in position here. These Marines are getting taken out as they get dropped. Going to have to get on out of there. Nice feedback, taking out one of those medevacs as well. Great defense on the side of Darth Martian so far. These guys look like it's going to take a lot to get some damage through these two. Getting up there in supply as well. Of course, with it being 2v2, that means there's 4 different players that could be maxed out here. Probably going to be a little bit taxing on my computer, so if the frames drop a little bit towards the end, I really apologize. But it's kind of to be expected when we got a huge game going on here. Now it looks like there's going to be a clash. This choke is very well defended. Storm is done at this point, so definitely not going to be able to go up this choke, but this base is very exposed. We'll see if it's going to go down. The Lurkers are burrowing. There's charge lots, and that is not good for the Lurkers. There's no observer here, so the Lurkers are just pushing everything back. This base is totally sieged. There's no way. As the scan goes down here, the charge lots are going to come in and try to make something happen. Huge storms going down on Marte's army. Almost all the Lurkers have been taken out. There's still 2 left, though. A little bit spread out. Finally, Darth Julius here to join the fight. The tanks are sieging up. What is going to happen here? This is a huge fight. There's a lot of Hydras in the back and more of Darth Julius' army heading up here to help support his teammate. These tanks are getting stormed and taken out, and there is still a lot here for Darth Julius. I don't see anything happening on the other side of the map here. It looks like the offense is fully happening on Team Wypierdalaj's side of the map as the Hydras and Lings are pushing up. The Archons and Immortals are pushing up. It's not looking good here on this side of the map. Lurkers are just doing so much damage. It looks like the Protoss player wants to keep pushing. He's the one with the smallest army, but it's pretty strong here. If that Immortal targets down that siege tank, it's going to die incredibly quickly. He's going to back up to the support of his Zerg teammate. That siege tank is going to eventually go down. And again, these guys are just pushing so hard. Finally, the army of Rafsio is here to help push this away, but it's just not going to be enough with Lurkers on the back end. The rest of the Hydras taking everything out. Now they have infiltrated Heisswasser's base, and everything is dying inside of here. As Heisswasser taps out, on the other side, is Rafsio going to be able to continue? He's trying to make carriers, but no, it's just too little too late. And that is going to do it for game number 1. By the way, guys, this is a best of 7 series. Or not a best of 7, I'm sorry. It's a best of 3. I don't know why I said best of 7. Probably just because it's what wanted to come out of my mouth, I guess. But let's go ahead and get into game number 2. And see what these kind of players can put together. Now, I'll do my best to analyze what I've seen, but I'm telling you, it's a lot, and I didn't really expect that it would be this confusing. And maybe it's not, maybe I'm just an idiot, but trying to figure this stuff out as it's happening is just, it's a lot, man. Like I said, 1v1 is hard enough, but 2v2 just adds so many variables. All right, here we go. This time the map is Overgrown Facility. And in the bottom left corner, we got Heiswasser and Rafsio looking to step it up a little bit and not go down 2-0 and be knocked out early on in this tournament. Meanwhile, Marte and Darth Julius looking pretty good in the first game, taking the first win, and if they win this one, they're moving on. Now, something that's worth mentioning is these guys got a little bit of the short end of the stick. Because there were 11 teams, that means 4 teams have to actually fight it out in a round that's before the quarterfinals. I don't know what you'd call it. On the Wikipedia, it's labeled as the round of 10 because I don't think it's really figuring out that it's a 2v2. But essentially, 4 of these teams have to duke it out in a round before the quarterfinals to even make it into the quarterfinals. And it looks like these guys drew the short end of the stick on that one. But Darth Julius and Marte have been showing that they deserve to move on for sure. So how are we going to mix it up? We already got a double gas going down for Heiswasser. There's only one reason why you would be doing that kind of thing. Looking to get out a lot of tech. We have a Forge going down for Rafsio. And yeah, there's already pylons happening here. Rafsio trying out the cannon rush. Darth Julius, I think you need 4 probes, don't you, in order to kill this? Is it happening? No, it looks like 3 probes is all you really need. It takes a little longer, but that is going to get canceled or it's going to die. In fact, it just dies, and that is not very good. And Rafsio has already lost his probe. He might have one moving back across the map, but so far, nice defense from Darth Julius. Meanwhile, Marte doing the same thing, hatch first into gas, into pool. Oh, we have a proxy over here as well. Okay. Just Heiswasser building his base on the other side of the map, as to be expected. Rafsio, random pylon going down in the gold base here. Marte's going to be scouting this out here soon enough. I'm not sure we're going to be seeing anything else. It looks like there's a bunch of cannons that are queued up here. So a probe is eventually going to make it across the map to actually build these cannons. But at that point, there's going to be a zealot out. It's being chrono boosted. Here comes the probe, by the way. He really cannot lose this probe. I mean, he's only got 1 cannon. He's got to build a bunch of cannons, pull Darth Julius apart, and keep this probe alive. And it looks like so far he's doing a pretty good job on that. This pylon almost went down, but now he's trapping the probe. It actually gets out, but there's so many probes here. These cannons are going to have to be canceled, and it looks like a lot of them are not actually being canceled. They're just dying, which means just total lost minerals for Rafsio here. But 1 cannon is going to be able to finish, and you know what? That's going to be a nice amount of damage already, but with the Zealot helping take that out, it's not going to be game-ending damage, that's for sure. And Darth Julius is doing a great job defending all this. Meanwhile, a lot of Lings out here. The proxy is going to eventually start happening here on this side of the map. We have a nice amount of Lings. Ling speed about to finish. How's this cannon rush going? It's not looking too good here for Rafsio. He got a little bit of damage done, but not enough to justify. Look at all these Lings as the scan goes down for Heiswasser. He knows he can't actually take this fight against that many Lings and a Spine Crawler. And it looks to me, guys, like Team Darth Martian is holding off this early game cheese here. And I think they're going to be able to make it out of this game without suffering too much damage, as the Lings have moved out. They have sallied forth into the proxy location of Heiswasser, and he's running with his tail between his legs, trying to find a good position here. I mean, this is not a bad position, but there are so many Lings that it doesn't really matter. They're going to be able to get the damage needed on the Cyclones. Eventually, this factory is going to go down. There used to be a barracks here. I don't know what happened to it. It's floating right over there. So it looks like Heiswasser is going to go ahead and tap out. And there it is, guys. That's going to be the first game of the Born Gosu Underground 2v2 division. Let me go ahead and pull up this graphic again. We're probably going to get more graphics in the future. This is something that I kind of threw up pretty quickly here. Thanks to Yeezus for running this event and giving me some of these graphics and allowing me the pleasure of casting. I don't know if I'm going to be casting every single one, right? I'm open to cast as many as I can. There's probably going to be some other casters on the team who might want to pick up some of these other games as well. I'm telling you, it's a blast, but it's also, I mean, it's hard to keep track of everything. So it's going to be fun, though. It's a nice adventure into doing something different, and it's for the team, right? So I hope you guys enjoyed the first round here. Darth Martian put up a great game here in both games, taking it 2-0, defending the cheese very well in the second match, and in the first match, very nice macro game, defending, not cheese, but early aggression, not taking any serious damage, moving across the map and killing their opponent. Very nice job. These guys are going to be going up against Cancer KO in the next round of quarterfinals. So we are looking forward to seeing that whenever we can. So again, guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and we will see you next time.